In the opening scene of Batman Begins, where Bruce Wayne falls into the pit. If you love Batman, leave me a comment below. When Bruce Wayne falls into the pit and his father comes and picks him up and tells him, why do we fall? You know, as a kid, and then he tells him, so we can learn to pick ourselves up. As a kid, when I first watched this movie, I was like 9 years old, I didn't really understand the words that was being said in this movie. But as an adult, it hits different. You know, I watched this movie the other day, I rewatched it. Batman is one of my favorite movies. Batman Begins especially is when I actually fell in love with Batman. It is actually the true Batman movie. It is the best one that ever came out. But anyways, I rewatched this movie the other day and I heard these exact words and I was like, oh my God, you know, these words just hit different as an adult. It's not the same. I do understand it more than ever in my life, okay? As in my late 20s, okay? And what it resonated with me is that, you know, as an adult, you go through trials and challenges. It's not as harsh as when you were a kid, but you really understand it when you're an adult because you really do, like, you know, you get hit with the bills. You have to understand, you have to know what you want to do with your life. You know, what you want to have, you don't want to get married, you want to have kids, all that kind of stuff. Do you want to have money, you want to get rich, or do you want to stay where you are? All that stuff, you know, trials and challenges actually have to happen for you to grow. And why do we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves up. Why challenges happen? So that you can learn to do better next time, right? Why does your heart get broken? So you can learn how not to do the same mistakes next time, right? To avoid certain people, to avoid certain kinds of situations. Why do we fall? Again, to learn to pick ourselves back up. You know, trials and challenges are necessary for your growth. It's necessary for you to become the ultimate version of yourself. How about I say?